All right. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Let's let Dana sit down here. Then we'll...
I still have to... Long story.
Okay. She's got a long story for a minute. And that's absolutely legit.
Yep. Well, while we're waiting, I have some news to share with everybody. And that is that as of this week, I am the host of a 1 hour a week radio show on the local classical music station here.
That's awesome.
So, I'm having a blast curating playlists for everybody, and you can hear me in my classical NPR radio cadence, presentation voice, for 1 hour a week over at WKAR.org, Monday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern. And I'm extremely excited about this. I have a ton of very, very cool sets around specific themes ready to go. Next week is small groups and chamber ensembles.
That's awesome.
And then I'm interviewing a couple different ensembles. If you start guessing and you know me at all, you're going to be right, but I can't officially confirm it. That we're going to have interview episodes as well, where it's 20 minutes of chatter and 40 minutes of us playing sets from specific groups. It's going to be awesome.
Very cool. I'm excited. I don't think anybody else is here with us yet, though.
Nope, and that's fine.
Womp womp.
Their loss, really. And then I do have to
It's
wait
true.
for Dana to get back.
Oh! It is a lie. I'm so glad that it was a lie.
But
I'm glad.
Dana mailed me
Glad
an
you're here.
incredible 40th birthday present, and it is now sitting next to me, and as soon as she sits down, because I feel like it'd be mean to reveal it when she's not here, I will share what I got, because it is very much a present from her to me that I appreciate a great deal. First, while we're waiting though, what you're hearing in the background is Inculinati, which is going to be Karen is going to steer first tonight, but everybody kind of gets a half an hour of what we're playing right now.
Yes. Very cool. If Dana really wants to see this, so maybe we can just give her like a minute.
Oh, yeah.
See if she joins us.
We're not in a huge hurry. We'll
Hello.
wait on Dana. Hi, Jessica.
Welcome, welcome. I'm glad folks are here. That's very exciting.
This is... I cannot believe this is episode 291, by the way.
It's a good number.
It
It's
is a pretty
fine
good number.
Hi, Frank. Well, you had good news about your radio show. I hope everybody else got the memo about that. You can re-announce. If not, my big news is that I am officially the parent of a 2-year-old. And I'm not certain how that happened. Because he was like, baby. And now he's not a baby. He's a big boy. I know. He is 2 already. I don't even understand. Hello, 2 Mics Gaming. But yeah, it's intense. So he turned 2 yesterday. So today I got to have his little party at daycare. It's adorable. There were cupcakes,
Nice.
germs. It's a good time. And juice boxes. I handmade these cupcakes with love, and they were brilliant. I had one yesterday, and they were so freaking good. They were really good. I was impressed. And the kids did not want them. They licked the frosting off the top, and they were more excited about the juice boxes that I brought.
Nice. I'm going to switch us to small windows, scoot us over this way. And I will turn Karen's camera back on. Sorry about that, Karen.
It's all right. I'm here.
I know you are. There you go. And I'm going to get the rest of the stream set up here so that you can see what I am hearing right now. And don't worry that it's a gray box. You will see the game proper soon enough once I give Discord focus. Finish trimming this window here for you all live.
I'd like to know if anybody else has been playing this. I'm late to the game on this just because I have a 2-year-old, and so I'm late to every game. But it's been out a minute, and it's obviously a game that's right up my alley. But I've been playing it a lot because it's easy to pick up and put down. And also
Yes.
because it's hella fun.
All right, there we go.
Nice, that looks good.
Yeah, do you want to take us back to the actual title screen? We can see some art instead of the settings,
Yeah,
Karen?
absolutely. Is the music good? I had to turn the volume
Volume
down
is
on
all
my
good
end.
on the stream's end,
Okay.
for sure.
Perfect. So here's our menu, but if we want, I could just go ahead and should I just go ahead and get started?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Dana will get here soon enough.
Okay. So, what I thought I would do, because I've started playing and I'm just in the middle of my journey, and I'll easily do that. But I thought you might, for those who haven't done it, I will perhaps show you the tutorial real quick, because it's cute and it just gives you an idea of what's up.
All right. One last quick note as we're getting started here is our friends in California are really hurting right now. I want to acknowledge that we're worried about y'all. So,
Yeah.
not a ton of those folks are on tonight for obvious reasons, but we have a number of folks in our chat regularly who are Los Angeles based, and God be with you right now. I mean, I've heard from a number of folks that the folks we know personally are safe and sound right now, but continue to be so, please.
Indeed. Yes. Terrifying out there. All right. So in the intro, this is just, again, the little tutorial. It shows you who you have. So you have a tiny, and that's kind of like your main character that can control everybody else. And they have skills that they do. They can build new members of your army, and they can heal and move and do things.
Okay.
So here is my little tiny named Godfrey, and I'm going to build myself a little dog soldier, and I can put him anywhere in one of these green lobbies.
Love it.
And there's my artist that builds me my doggy, and then they take a nap, so they can't move.
They have summoning sickness. This is Magic the Gathering.
I was gonna say this is not. I knew that this was about medieval illumination and that they had made a game of it, but I didn't know like what the genre was.
It's
Also,
very,
hi,
very
everybody.
cute. So you buy you build your little armies based on how many ink drops from the pen that you collect. So you have to stand on the spots of the page that have the ink droplets, and you get more ink droplets by killing your opponents or by having an ink shower.
Okay.
So everybody takes turns, and so I will move up here, and then I will battle Gustav.
Also, Ryan, I do have a Shenanigaming. When I saw that you two picked stuff that was quasi-medieval, I found another one.
Okay,
Nice.
excellent.
So I have something to play tonight.
Wow, bad roll here. But I suppose you can make another dog.
I can, and I can move my dog to the ink spot. See? And
yes.
still stabberate this friend here.
Now, is this a random dice roll on this, or is that a skill-based attack from you?
I think it's random.
Okay.
And so I don't have enough ink drops to build another dog. So what I can do is I can take a nap. And now I have 11 drops of ink that I gathered from the page. And that was more enough to build me two sword dogs.
Okay.
And so I will attack him
The
again.
dog are very good.
I will say Pentiment is fantastic, and the
hard to
only
top
reason we
that.
have not done it on the stream is because we were trying to wait and get the composers on, because they're friends
Yes.
of Karen's from a long time ago.
Yeah, and they never answered me.
And
Yeah,
a little
they've had
frustrating.
to be fair, they had a super busy 2024. Alchemy put out 2 albums like within a couple months of each other.
oh wow.
And then they were touring a lot. So maybe this year, I mean, we want them
Yeah.
to have a lot going on, but maybe this year we can get them to hop on stream with us.
Yeah, I definitely want to reach back out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
This might
wait
be a good time of
on
year.
confirming any other potential guests until we get word back from folks. But we have a lot of exciting plans on that front this year. I'm
Yeah.
extremely pumped.
We have some good ones.
So I'm
Um,
gonna keep attacking this dude, and I just wanted you to point out there, or notice that it said the apocalypse is nigh. So at some point in the game, fires spring up along the edge, and then they grow at
Oh,
each
no.
possible. With each passing turn, they grow one more space. So you're pressed for time in terms of being able to.
Okay.
I'm gonna shove him.
Yeah, Anthony Dennis Music. The reason we know them, or at least Karen has known them for a long time, but the rest of us
Yeah.
got to meet them at NACFAGM a few years ago, where they gave a talk on Pentiment and performed as part
and
of
then
the
the
talk.
coolest, so they were staying in so Ryan and Julianne and I, right? We
Yes.
found this like historic hotel down there instead of staying in like, I don't know, where everybody else
It was an Ernest Hemingway themed hotel.
Yeah, we were like, probably spent more than we generally would, like going to a conference, but we're like, this hotel is so cool. Actually, it wasn't that bad in
No,
terms
it
of
wasn't
price.
super expensive.
But it felt swanky. But Alchemy was staying in that same hotel, so at the hotel bar the one night we were like getting to talking, and like I should have met both of the members that were there, Sean and Tracy, like years before, because we actually overlapped at CIM briefly. And that's not the first time that's happened to me, because one of my close friends, Rachel, was a bassoon master's student right as I was finishing undergrad, so we should have met too, and we never did. So I don't know if it was recorded.
I don't know if that one was. I watched it on stream, but that's going to be a question for Pete.
Yeah, Pete's
He's trying to put up all the
If
videos.
so, he has it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We'll
I'm
let
going to
you know.
move now to my. This is my journey. So I am Looney, the Yoda-looking dude.
Okay.
And this is the current stage that I'm at, and this one has proven to be a little bit tricky. So I'll explain. They have these, this is my tiny. The other group does not have a tiny, but I can move you around, and they have these doors. These are barriers, so that dude has to try to break through the door, or I have to open the door. And this tent is randomly going to shoot out enemies or little objects like barriers, cheapo barriers like this thing. So I'm going to start off, I have one rabbit spear guy. I am going to build myself an archer rabbit,
Nice.
and I'm
Opposed
going
to
to
Roger.
build myself bishop cat.
Bishop Cat is amazing. Also, I want to address Arrow's joke a minute ago, because we are probably not going to have Soken on the stream, frankly. Though,
No, probably not.
Dana and I did get to meet Amanda Aiken in October, who was an absolute delight.
We didn't just get to
speak
meet
to.
Amanda Aiken. Jarrell, Amanda Aiken sang me happy birthday. It was the coolest moment. Yeah, so my birthday fell on the first day of Game Sound Con, and Ryan and Laura and Travia and like Sarah Pastrick Cheneve, I don't know who else was involved. They like schemed to order me a cake from the really good bakery out there, and they brought it like right at the end of the like last set of panels. Amanda and Laura and Mason Lieberman and Casey Williams had been on that panel. It was all about like vocal text setting and voice setting for different voice types, and really fabulous panel. And so then they walk in, cake, and so suddenly I had some new friends, and then we went out into the reception area and we're just like cutting it up and giving it to people. But I got all of these like amazing top tier vocalists to sing happy birthday to me. They're like inventing harmonies, and Ryan was there.
I can hold my own. I'll have y'all.
He did. He and Laura like had a moment where they just locked in, like, all right, you're going up, I'm going down. Like, it was
That's
cool.
funny. So I want to show you the butt maneuver. So
Yeah, please.
I'm going to butt this gentleman, and it causes the dog to get a headache.
Oh my god.
I mooned him.
That's funny.
I'm a big fan of that.
I'm a
I think
big
it's
fan.
hilarious.
Also, I should note, I poured a lovely coupe of champagne to toast to Ryan, who had a very big birthday this week. Happy
That's
birthday,
true.
Ryan.
I did,
birthday,
and Dana sent me
Ryan.
the loveliest present. And when we switch games, I will switch us back to like big portioned windows and show it off.
Show it
But
off,
I
yeah.
am drinking McGuire's, which is the Aldi knockoff Guinness.
Nice.
Which is very cool.
Aldi is legit. They have some great things.
And I'm going to give a halo to this little spear bunny here. Gives him extra accuracy. And then I'm going to wake up spear bunny here. And that means he gets an extra turn.
Oh yeah, so Spear Bunny can
So-
stab the guy right there, probably, right?
So spear bunny can in fact stab this guy. Yeah. Be gone, Adelbert.
Opera Queen, regrettably, for legal reasons, I am told, I have a recording, but I cannot distribute it to anybody, and you can't download it after the fact. I'm happy to share playlists. You can go track stuff down, but it's Monday nights at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. But apparently the rights for permanent distribution and the rights for live broadcast one time are a different set of things. And for various reasons that mostly involve not all these soundtracks are for sale in the right ways, we can do one but not the other.
Oof. I took a hit. I want to archery this guy.
Yeah.
Well, there he goes.
Yeah, it probably doesn't translate on stream, but I also put edible glitter in it, so it's like extra sparkly. It's very cool.
Yeah, Opera Queen, let me go, without disrupting the stream there, sorry you all saw a gray screen ever so briefly, let me go track down my playlist for episode 1.
There you go.
And I will type it in for y'all. You're probably going to lose the video again briefly, and again, sorry about that if you do. Let me know in the chat, and I'll take care of you shortly.
I don't know why I did that. That was not what I wanted to do. Oh well.
So Karen, do you know the story behind the music behind this, or?
I don't.
Okay,
No.
I'll look up some. I'm gonna see what we got on it.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I remember when this was advertised, you and I were like, like when it first was hinted
Yes. My eyes lit up so big
Yeah.
that it was just like, what? Yep, there goes my bunny. So sad. I think I want this bunny to come here and shoot your butt. Wee-hoo! I want Bishop Cat to come here.
Right, there's the
and
first half.
Bishop Cat can hurt. Now, you little bun bun, come here. And shoot.
Hildegard von Blingen is in this game. Our favorite YouTuber.
Yes.
I think I knew that.
Beasts of Yore.
Wee! You are gonna come here.
So cool.
You are going to make another spear bunny.
Upper Queen, do you know Hildegard von Blingen? Because we stan her channel on this stream. And I will link one of my favorites.
The overlap with Doug's stream is absolutely not intentional.
I was actually going to ask you about that,
Yeah,
but I figured you
that
didn't have
decision was
scheduling.
made above my pay grade because I can
Yeah.
only have a show where the radio has time for me to have a show. And I mean, I've got some bona fides here, right? Like, I am Doug's longest supporter on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I still very much want you all to check out Doug's stream for what it's worth.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, playing some tracks when you teach Medren. One of my
Yes.
all-time favorites, like they're all good, but one of my favorites in terms of like I like it better than the original song even now, and it's the one I reach for above the original song is her Summertime Sadness. I love it.
Boom.
But
He's
even
through the door.
as I look through here, I'm like, oh, the Holding Out for a Hero was really good with Whitney Avalon. Jolene was really good. Yeah. I liked her Paint It Black as well. I thought
All
that
right,
was
that's the second half of week 1 of the radio show as well.
Ugh, only 2?
Yeah,
Stinks.
we love us some game brass too. I was actually just on a call over the weekend. A friend of mine is a horn professor down in Arkansas and I have horn parts that I had to arrange for Julianne's wedding. And so I wanted a horn player to look at them and just sort of, give me the thumbs up. And so we screen shared over Zoom, and then she was talking about students being into game music. I'm like, ooh, you have to send them game brass. Oh yeah, her Pink Pony.
Yeah,
they're just an excellent
Pink
ensemble.
Pony Club. That's true.
I will confess, though, I did not choose them specifically because they are wonderful, per se, though, let's be very clear, they rule. It turns out that there are a number of Zelda soundtracks. I can get the main theme for what it's worth, but some of the modern Zelda titles have never been sold as soundtracks in the States, and therefore I cannot stream them.
Yeah.
So Ryan, I have a question for you that I don't know if you know the answer to, but like with the new Nintendo streaming situation, does that make it easier for you to play stuff on the show or harder?
If anything, easier.
Okay, because I can't imagine it would be easy ever with Nintendo, but
I want to note that I'm not a lawyer, and part of my agreement to do this radio show was that I will not have to do legal rights management.
Right, sure.
So, just to point out, the apocalypse is starting, so that's the beginning of the flames.
Yes. Okay.
So, at the end of every turn, this will turn on fire, and then the proto-fire
Can you move your little
up.
tiny dude?
Oh yeah, I've already been doing that, for sure.
I think you're gonna win then. You seem well positioned here.
I would like to think so. It's just a matter of getting to that tent and taking it out as all of these new little critters come out of it. They keep generating new enemies.
Oh, there was one more track on the first episode of the show I forgot to type because it was a last minute I need to make up some time edition. And it was the opening to the Overclocked Remix Final Fantasy IV album, the arrangement of the Red Wings by Nutritious. It's the opening track to Overclocked Remix's Final Fantasy IV album, which absolutely slaps if you've not heard it.
And the Red Wings arrangement is so cool. It's a cool track.
I can heal you.
I purposely did not play any of the Overclocked remixes that I am in.
Not yet, anyway.
That's right.
The little navel gazing to start.
And also, that episode's theme was introductions and overtures, so the Red Wings, which is the first track that plays when you turn on FF4, fits pretty well. I would have had to work really hard to shoehorn, like, Fabul in there, which is the track I happen to be on that album.
Good track. Oh my gosh.
I'm down here.
I'm like just coming down from my day. It was a long one. It was a long day.
Yeah,
it has been a long week. But like, it's just been like one thing after another. But like a couple exciting things got done. One of the biggest ones, and one of the other reasons that there is champagne in my glass, other than toasting Ryan, is that we got the very first issue of the Journal of Sound and Music and Games shipped a day early. So
which is awesome.
I'm so excited, and it turned out good, and we have good models to follow. So Will Ayers of the editorial team and I were partnered on this one. We're kind of like divvying up the issues where I'll probably be involved in all of them, but then we have one of the 3 associate editors will be like a lead. So Karen's on deck.
It's true.
Because it looks like, obviously we can't set in stone what's going to be the next issue until things are far enough along, but it's looking promising that it will be Karen's issue, which is going to be really fun.
Hooray! Yay, so I won that level, which is really
Hooray.
cool.
That's awesome.
And that's how the game works.
This is not what I was expecting.
Well,
No,
I'll show you what happens at the end.
a tactics game. Now, does that mean there's not much of a plot to this compared to, say, Pentiment?
There's not really. I mean, because this is replayable because what you'll see on this map here, I'll take all of these and I get a new hand action, so I can choose between drawing a barrel, motivating, or swat. I want to swat. So this is kind of like Slay the Spire in that you can choose which of these paths you want to take, and it'll tell you how many battles you'll have, how many opportunities to rest, how many shops you get. it's very much Slay the Spire, and each path will take you through a variety of difficult battles and opportunities to recharge and get stuff until you get to the very, very end. But each one of these little map trees is randomly generated, and so it's replayable.
Okay.
Right. But you don't really have a plot per se, that there's like a goal. You're just trying to like do all the things and collect your bestiary. So that's like my bestiary. So you're going to get more critters that do different things. You're going to get more weapons, more skills.
Nice.
And that's pretty much how the game works. So I will leave it there because it's just about 9:30 and somebody else might want to gear up.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Neat. It's super fun. And like what I'd like to show you, actually, let me show you. Let me see if I can, what this battle looks like.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn it back on for everybody.
Oh, no, it's fine. There's no tinies in this battle. I was going to try to show you a different one. So I'll cut it off.
Okay.
Because most of the other duels, you have my tiny and you have the opponent's tiny, and that tiny can be generating their own army. And I didn't have that in this particular game. But yeah, it's really cute. So now I can go back. I haven't been able to look at the chat, so I'll go back and check out the chat while whoever is next opens up.
I'll go next, but first I'm going to jump us to our larger view of just our cameras. Because Dana sent me a message, 4 or 5 days ago now, that to be on the lookout for a package, because 40 deserved a big present. And Dana got me something that has become near and dear. It's always been, we've both treasured it individually. But over the past 10 years, one of the many reasons that we've become such good friends is that we have this shared childhood love of what I now have the original box and letter for is Star Tropics on NES.
I did good.
You did very well. And it's in very good condition as well. I'm going to handle it carefully. And
that's the part I couldn't be sure
set it
of
over here.
Based on the eBay listing.
And it's got the actual paper letter from Dr. Jones unused inside of it, which is very cool, but it's going to sit on my shelf probably forever unused, frankly. But one of my favorite gaming memories now of all time is, and I actually forget which one of us found it, Dana, but one of us, I think it was you, found it, and we were physically in the same place, where the ending track to Star Tropics.
You mean before we because we streamed it and talked about it, but you mean when I played it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and in fact, I'm going to bring up that YouTube video very quickly now, because this warrants a brief mention on Shenanigaming Day. So let me do this here very quickly. This video is what we want. Pause it there, get it up on stream, slide our faces back to the left, and on Discord, yes.
Did I do it right? I did it right. I have to remember that it's mirrored for me. But it wasn't for Julianne, which was interesting.
That is interesting. Okay, now that Discord and stream can see this thing, what Dana revealed to me, and this was in her basement, I think, where we were looking at random games in this YouTube video, she pulled it up for me. And the ending to Star Tropics, which is one of these tracks that, again, is very formative for both me and Dana in terms of our history with gaming, it was missing a track, an instrumental track, due to a weird coding glitch that was fixed by this random ROM patcher guy. And so the two of us just stood there and relived childhood for a moment, hearing the complete, correct version.
And it's the bass line that was missing, track. So it adds this depth that you're just like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Nice.
Found there was a full bass line written for it, and it had just been accidentally corrupted. There was an extra 0 byte on the end of the setup beta, and after deleting that, I got to hear for the first time this track in full 3-part harmony.
Oh, I already have chills.
is a bit curious to me, because the first problem suggests that the composer was using a tool to compose that didn't have the 256-byte limitation, but the second problem is the kind of thing that would happen if you were typing numbers in by hand, not generated by a tool.
In any case,
Oh,
giving
it's so
me
good.
twice over now the gift of my own childhood back to me is incredibly nice and touching. So thank you, Dana.
I was so happy when I found it, because it can go for one of these can go for quite a bit of money on eBay. So I had like a saved search for it because I had been thinking about this for you for 40, and on your birthday one came up that looked really promising. So I was like, okay, I'm finally ready to commit.
That's
Nice.
sweet.
That was
That's
pretty
so sweet.
exciting. Yeah, that track, like straight goosebumps. Like as soon as I hear it again, it's
It's
magic.
incredible every time. And it takes me back personally to being a 9-year-old again.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that game is so special. And we did the exact same thing. That was a pretty early stream for us, I think. I
Yes.
think that was in the first year because we were
was
so
before
excited
me.
about it.
I
Yeah.
think it was before me.
Wow, yeah. And
is
we
hard
did
to
the same
say.
thing. I pulled up the YouTube video and we played it and we kind of did the same gush that we just did.
Yeah.
So special. Yeah. And that's not the only the other track that's corrupted is like the overworld track.
The drums get out of sync.
Yeah, the pulse channels
And-
get out of sync.
Because it starts correctly and only messes up in loop 2 or 3, it's less immediate.
You don't always
emotionally.
notice it.
Right.
Yeah, this one's like, oh my gosh. It adds this, like, what was I even looking at before?
Yeah. I remember neither one of us cried, but like the emotions were very heavy when we first heard that.
Emotions are still heavy when I hear it. It's like, I finally opened up Sea of Stars the other day. Just like randomly, I was like, I've been working for like 16 hours today. I need to like not for a minute. And I opened up Sea of Stars because I'm finally like getting the true ending. And I did the banquet scene and like, it didn't make me cry, but I was like, oh, this is so emotional the second time around too.
Mm-hmm. All right. My game of our Shenanigaming day, that lovely jaunt to Star Tropics aside, and thank you for letting me have an excursion for my birthday, and thank you again, Dana, for the lovely present. I'm going to turn down the main volume here. We'll turn sound effects down and hear music a little bit more. Okay. This is what came in the Humble Choice bundle for January 2025, so I've just gotten this, and I've not played it in front of you before. This is my first time opening it.
I'm so excited.
This
so
is
excited.
Blasphemous 2. And anybody who's watched the stream for a while knows that roguelike platformers or Metroidvania games are kind of my jam. And this is a brand new one I've not played before. So instead of presenting the overly curated, practiced presentation that I usually do when we do one of these, because I like to show off to Dana and Julianne and Karen, my ego is large because I like showing off, frankly. But I thought it'd be fun to run this blind completely instead. It's also got heavy, like, Spanish Catholic vibes to it, which is a rare twist on this genre. And I'm really excited about digging into that, which kind of ticks Karen's medievalist boxes a little bit as well.
Yeah, I had to pick a kind of medieval game when I saw what you two picked. I was like,
I'm
crap.
excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what you have. Hopefully I can stay awake. It's been a very long and exhausting week.
This week has been terrible.
Our penances heralds its imminent
I had a student write about this last semester, and this was my exposure to it, and I was like, this game is intriguing.
I have the first one, but I don't have this one.
Each
I
was
bounced off
born
of the
to
first one,
put
I
an
want to
end
point out.
to the
I
other.
don't love it. The theme does rule, and the music is great, so, I mean, happy to talk about it, but the gameplay, for some reason, wasn't quite there for me, and I've heard
While
very good
yours
things about number 2.
slumbers, mine remains
I haven't
vigilant.
spent very much time with number 1, I'll freely admit. Haven't finished it.
May the miracle bear witness to this oath.
Both of these games are not particularly new person friendly, I will note.
By which I remain here
No.
for our long-awaited meeting.
I think Opera Queen means what game are you playing?
By the silence of this secluded existence.
I was gonna say.
What are you doing, Dana?
Yeah, well, I was like, why I'm so tired. I started 4 classes all on Monday with 98
And then,
total students, and I'm like,
As the city of the
"Ugh."
blessed name rose up,
No, I'm gonna play
borne
Traveler's
on the
Rest.
shoulders of 3 mighty statues.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Resounding beat.
It's like very
of a great
Stardew-like, but
harp
you're like a
heard
medieval tavern
emanating
owner.
From the clouds.
I have to notice the vibrating
Thundering like the
controller right now
knell
that
of
you
an
guys cannot
unseen
hear
church bell,
is a very cool
raised
heartbeat
higher
during
than
this
any
dialogue.
other, enchanting us all to lift our gaze aloft in an ascetic call to prayer. For the miracle was about to give birth to a child.
Wow, there's absolutely no Christological function happening here at all.
Yeah. Well, it is called blasphemy or blasphemous, right?
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot in this game about sin, right? And it's very, very Catholic.
Yes.
In construction and
Yeah.
yeah.
And like, not just the mythology comes from Catholic readings of the Bible. Say Diablo is more Catholic than it is Lutheran. This is like very Catholic.
It was very Catholic, and the student paper on this was about the very Catholicness of it, and it was a really well written. It was like a really good paper, and the game stood out to me, and I immediately was like, Karen, do you know this game? You're like, yeah. I was like,
Oh, we
awesome.
talked about it. Yeah, it was all
Yeah.
about the miracle curse.
Yeah. Yeah, because I instantly was like, Karen alert, Karen alert.
Yeah, the penitent one.
Yeah.
Only the penitent man shall pass. Only the penitent man. The penitent.
That's the armed man, but he's armed here too.
Oh, what weapon do I want?
Ooh.
Do I want the rapier sword daggery combo?
Looks
the,
quick.
The big O flail?
I was gonna say, are you okay being slower but having more power? Do you want to be quick and spicy about it? And I'm gonna guess the sword is between the two.
Yeah. My preference is fast, usually.
Yeah,
go for
usually
it.
me too.
I like the swoop, swoop, swoop of it. That's a creepy.
Ooh, I like that I bounce 3
Go see.
times. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's a lot of cool potential here. We're gonna do this.
Oh.
Only the miracle mouse.
Only the penitent. Only
Yeah,
the
this
penitent.
is fun. This is like, this has an intensity to it that I'm into.
Yeah.
Adding to wish list.
Yeah, it's on
Wait,
my.
yeah,
It's on my ever-growing, massive. I will never get through my library, let alone my wish list.
Mm-hmm.
I would be interested to do this one with Joe, actually.
There's a lot of games that I think would be interesting for you or somebody to do with Joe.
Yeah.
Every time there's a good Catholic game that comes along, I'm like, Dana should have this to play with Joe. Like, have you
know.
gotten Priest Simulator yet?
No.
Ooh, I get the slide attack from
Gonna add that
Blasphemous
to the
1
wish
with
list.
this. I like this. Okay. I'm in.
There's,
I have not yet played Priest Simulator.
yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm instantly intrigued.
Okay, those are save points.
Of course, it's a preview.
Yep.
This is exceedingly Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, I love all these references that are being built
Even
in.
the
It's
art
just
imagery
really
in the
interesting.
background, like the body's reaching up as if the rapture
Oh,
is
yeah.
coming, right? Like,
Oh, hello,
It's-
music.
It's very like Dante meets Michelangelo.
Yeah.
oh, okay, hold on.
Oh.
Okay, weapon block.
I can get down with this music. Not what I was expecting.
No, not at all. I'm gonna die though. This is hard.
Maybe not.
Maybe by saying that you're.
Oh, the slide move does a lot. Okay, that's the secret. Look at that damage. Okay.
It was strangely graphic for these graphics.
You mean like
Yeah.
the visceralness of it? The blood?
Yeah.
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 The sound design too was very like.
It's much more impactful and violent than, say, Time Spinner is.
Which we still have never done.
And this is about the same
Shocking.
the
We've talked
same
about it so many
graphical
times.
fidelity of Time Spinner.
We've talked about Time
Yeah,
Spinner
that's
so many
exactly
times
it.
I thought we had done it.
Well, we kept talking about it because I was going to play it and we were going to have Dude on, and then it just didn't happen.
Oh, an assaultathon.
But we'll get there.
Oh, I was thinking about playing Time Spinner for the Swag Fam Archipelago February run. I love Time Spinner.
That's
Don't
what
love Archipelago.
Era Reborn is doing. Yeah. Yeah, I really like that game. I'd like to go back and revisit it, especially if we're going to do it on stream.
Penitent one,
Ooh.
returned from the tomb,
Yeah.
and walking among the mourners. Your awakening is now written on the eternal pages.
The angel reading from the scroll specifically feels like very biblical to me.
Annunciada is my name, and I hail from the heavenly
Did you just do the
mountains
Spanish
on high,
TH?
the
Annunciada?
seat and
Yes,
the
I think
beginning
so.
of all that
I was
is
going to say, this
holy,
game is very
so
Spanish.
that I may address you.
As in, I
Look
think
upon
the
me
developers
thus
are
as a
Spanish from
preceptor in
Spain,
this
right?
enterprise,
Oh, awesome.
hailing from the highest
Well, that
of
all
all
makes sense.
seats. Penitent one, the miracle shall give birth to a new child in a great heart descended from the clouds that watches over the ancient city of the blessed name from on high. You must reach it to stop its birth. But on this ascending path of penitence, the arch confraternity awaits you. Those penitents that the miracle itself took as its sentinels now await
I felt
your
cute.
arrival.
Happy New Year to you too.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome to this
Orospina,
game about
the
penitence.
confraternity
That's
of
right.
embroiderers. Benedicta of the confraternity
We said we were gonna relax
of
tonight.
endless
This is cool
orison.
though.
Odon
Not.
of the confraternity
I love this
of
graphic
I'm quite
aesthetic.
relaxed. This is awesome.
Lesmes of the confraternity of incorruptible flesh, all under the dictate of the oldest penitent, the first among them all, who was Eviterno, father of the
Eviterno.
penitents.
I loved the turn, yeah.
Yeah.
Penitent one, the miracle has instilled 3 regrets in the consciences of 3
Ooh,
of its guardians.
Slay the
want to.
Princess came up for Indiecade something a couple of years ago. I really want to do
Only
that
by
one.
revealing
I
them shall
also
you
had a student
achieve
write a
the
paper on that, or
humiliation of
a
the
reflection on that last
sculpted
semester, and I
figures
was
that
like, this
hold
game
up
looks
the city,
awesome.
allowing
Nice.
you to ascend to its upper
that on my
reaches
Steam? Let me
and
see.
look for the guard.
That'd be a good one to have the stream audience tell us what to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. That would be a fun one.
Okay, so we get some guidance. I don't want to turn this into a map stream after all. But it is nice to have a little bit of guidance. Clearly there's a 1, 2, 3 expectation here. Very good.
There we go. We'll just wait for the next sale here. I have a lot of stuff on. A lot of my wish list right now is stuff that isn't out yet. So like Strange Antiquities, which is the Strange Horticulture sequel, is on there.
Adherence to the teachings of
Better.
this school can transport the wielder to ecstasy. Well,
Okay. Two semesters in, and I feel penitent.
okay, that was super elegant. Did you see me get for the front and the back with that dash strike?
Well, you're pretty good at picking up game mechanics on the fly.
Yeah, I also have a parry like situation going on as well, which also feels good. Can't do anything with that yet.
Excuse me.
Oh, I can check off maximum stuff on my to-do list in Habitica.
Yes. I checked off a lot of things today.
Yeah,
I did a lot of work today.
Sending off the journal issue, I didn't realize like how much anticipate. It wasn't that I was like freaked out about it because like it was going really well with the guest editors and with Will, but like just the enormity of like that being the first one, shipping that off, I was like, oh my god, I feel so much better. I agree. The attack, the sound design is really cool.
Yes, I wish that / dash impact had a different sound, I will confess.
Up in flames.
Well, it's clear I can hit that. Because I can't hit the ground here, but I can bounce off of this. That's interesting.
Nice.
I had Joe bring me a controller because I realized I haven't played my game not on controller, so I was like, oh, don't want to do that mouse and keyboard.
No,
That
probably
would be
not.
awkward.
Did you just find a little cherub in the sky?
I did find a cherub
you
in
did,
the
yeah.
sky.
I love that. Little floating baby in a bottle.
I was
he's
one day
large.
that I would say that I wanted that angel figure to be like biblically accurate, but I like they only show their accurate form to like prophets, right? Isn't that the
But angels?
yeah? There's a whole thing about like angels appear as humans to people, but they can show their true form to like certain kind of chosen ones.
I
Prophets.
really like that you can work in combos because the jumping slash does not make you bounce, but the jumping down slash does. So I don't know if you saw it there on the large enemy. Bounce, /bounce, /bounce is the way to go to keep you in an air combo.
Sorry, babe.
Oops.
Solo piano for the town is working for me.
Dana, you picked up 4 last things in Procession to Cavalry, didn't you?
Or you gave them to me. I think I have. I
did not.
I don't have the first one, but I have. I think I have Procession to Cavalry. Let me look.
I've been playing the third in the trilogy, Death of the
I don't
Reprobate.
have any of them. I remember liking it when you played it.
Yeah, they're so cute, and I have the third one now, but I haven't finished it. It's not grabbing me nearly as much as the first two.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just like I picked the wrong time to try it.
Proclaimed.
It's
that
cute, but it doesn't have
penitent
quite
one.
the same vibe.
And I
gonna
can
throw that right in my
scout for
cart.
the
Wait, what are the
figures
other
that
ones?
will
There's
fit
Procession
into
to
the
Cavalry
altarpiece.
and 4 last
Please
things.
4 last things.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
I've
the third one
acquired-
is Death of the Reprobate.
It is, but the first. Now
Oh, these
I
are so
shall
cheap.
place
I
it
should just-
upon
I
the
should just buy
hands
these.
of the miracle will guide.
The third
May
one's worth
they
having
guide.
to round out the series for sure. I just haven't finished it yet, so I don't really know where it's going to take me. And it's cute, but it feels just kind of like, I don't know, sort of like a
What's
Throwaway?
the last one called again?
Death of the Reprobate.
Yeah, that one's $12.99, so I might hold off.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
worth $12.99 right now.
10%
May the hand-
physical damage inflicted. I'm down for that.
It's so Castlevania.
I got so much stuff from my brother for the winter sale, like as the Christmas present this year. It was exciting.
I did very little on the winter sale.
Yeah, I didn't really buy anything for myself, but I bought a lot of stuff from my brother. He has like a 400 game wish list, and I just went through
Me
it.
too.
Judgment
Yeah, me too.
conceals.
It's
so
massive.
the difference between this and Castlevania, from a religious themes perspective, is that the churchy aesthetic is almost always not quite a joke in Castlevania, but certainly something tongue-in-cheek about it. For instance, when Alucard sits for confession, the priest will stab him. And it's a funny haha moment that happens one time. This feels presented much more seriously, both in the dialogue and
in my darkness,
the idea that we're not going to see the
remaineth
priest,
the
right?
tears for me, and forgiveness for those of you seeketh it. Where are the bereaved now? Where are the repentant? How long since the long agony of this sacrament began?
Voice
Now
acting's
that
good in
your
this.
penance
It
of
is.
silence and the pain
Also, confession
that
as
plagues
sacrament
your flesh
is,
has
canon.
led you to my dark confession.
Absolutely.
Let me purge the guilt you bear, and thus alleviate your burden. Penitent one, return when the guilt scorches your brow. I will free you from your burden. That is my purpose.
Yeah, the church feels like a conduit for magic in Castlevania. You don't do religion in Castlevania.
No, you don't do
Right.
religion. It's like the Gothic aesthetic, right?
Penitent,
Yeah.
All that Isabella Van Elferen stuff.
She's on the syllabus this semester.
That's cool.
I'm fine-tuning our immersion week.
I am very
It's
curious
right
to know
here.
what immersion week's going to consist. I know you sent a draft syllabus, but I didn't have a chance to look at it because of the way the week's gone. But
Yeah.
I am very curious about immersion
Oh,
week.
did you
I
see
actually
that
kind of
bounce
want to.
back?
I
I'm
kind
the
of want to
best.
come
Okay.
to immersion week.
I will zoom you in.
I would zoom
Skype
you
you
in.
Throw. Come on. Wait.
You can be a guest speaker. I'm
can do
gonna
that.
have a guest
nothing to-
speaker,
I
and
have
should
nothing
be
to
me
add
and
to
Julianne
that
doing our.
quagmire.
It's
yeah.
Julianne and I were just like, maybe we should have a duel like she and Andrew did at Nakagum last
No, it's
year,
not high enough.
where we could. But she was like, but wait, we're on the same side.
Yeah,
I think. So it's more like we're just gonna like tag team and be like, immersion's a lie.
Lie. The cake is a lie.
Yeah, exactly. It's people. Soylent Green's people.
So last semester in my video game class, I had side quests, which you guys know, but the stream might not know. And one of them was to cook something from like an officially licensed video game cookbook, but they had to listen to the game's soundtrack while they did it, and then have like a reflection on the fit of the music to that activity. And so the folks that did like the fruit sandwich from Animal Crossing New Horizons were like, this is great, but then somebody made the portal cake and they're like, this is stressful. And I'm like, yeah, that was kind of the whole point of that assignment. This is like, some music is going to be more, like, if you do the Stardew cookbook, that's lovely, right?
I still haven't cooked my Stardew recipes. I'm thinking tomorrow might be the day. Because we were
Yay.
supposed to take a trip to Rhode Island tomorrow, but Micah's got a cold. So we're gonna... It's not bad enough for us to cancel, but it's a medical appointment, so they don't want him there while he's sick, if he's sick at all.
Right.
So we proactively are gonna just reschedule.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I
don't think it's
got
bad,
Karen, Julianne and I actually went in on it together. We got Karen the Stardew cookbook for Christmas because we're like, you need this.
And I have the ingredients. I just haven't. It's been that kind of a week where it's like I have not been able
Wait,
to.
remind
to
me,
do
which
this.
thing were you going to start with?
Cheesy cauliflower,
Oh, that's right.
and I'm doing the. Crap, which one is it?
Ooh, this is weird. Sorry.
I forget which recipe it is. Ooh, that is creepy. Look at the hand up there stroking her hair.
Sleep.
Oh my.
Ooh, twitchy hands. Twitchy hands.
Oh.
That's a
I
little
feel like it's not sleep, my child. It's like sleep is in the long sleep,
Right. Like the mom is holding a dead
Ooh.
child, right?
Ooh.
Wait, Dana, I don't remember which one it is, but it's the one that has the artichokes and well, there went that thought.
But it's removed from
It's like
any
the
of the
farro
elegance
salad.
or romance because the boniness here, like, if any of you have been to Rome and seen the relevant statue, like, the friendliness
Ooh, the
and
bug,
warmth
the
is
bug, the
removed
bug.
from this image here.
The bug crawling. Is that a bug
Yeah.
crawling?
Yeah, I
What's
think
that?
that's
Like,
part of it. It's nasty.
Yeah, that's.
Anyway, Dana, I'll have to look it up later because I don't remember. I know I said it in chat, but I don't remember which recipe it is now. It's not the Lucky Lunch. It's
Lucky Lunch is awesome. I did that over the summer and it was so good.
Who are you, whose
Why am I
face and
blinking?
name you keep hidden? No,
Was it? What's the one that
Your
Alex
name is of
says?
no
The like really healthy
consequence.
meal or
If
whatever.
your footsteps have
Super
led
meal?
you to me,
Maybe it's a
Yerma
super meal.
is
Might be
my
that one.
own. But this
Yeah,
is
might
not
be.
the right moment. For the steps that my promise
I can't remember what
inspires
you
are
tried.
swift.
It wasn't the crab
This
cake.
hatred. I must leave.
Was it the? I'm trying to remember what I fed Jess. Because I've made so many things from it, and I'm always like texting Jess, like, I have extra, come eat something.
Yeah.
Because I like feeding people.
I want to live near you so you can feed me.
I know, right?
Like, Micah, we're just going to go over to Auntie Dana's house.
True. I always
feed
make.
us.
I have so much, like, I have pumpkin mole chili in my fridge. I have so much of it right now, and it's so good.
We've been working through some Thanksgiving leftovers because I know I'm going to make some big batch meals and put some more of it. So we've been rotating out the frozen stock and putting in the new casseroles and stuff.
I think one thing that might happen over this next
Oh,
weekend, I
shit.
got an entirely free turkey in November because like it was like if you spent enough at the grocery store, and I hit the. Yes, I did. It's I use a can of pumpkin puree and I blend up the mole paste with a little bit of chipotle and adobo and chicken stock, and I add that to the chili base.
Nice.
Nice. Gained Ivy
It's good
of
chili
Ascension.
weather. I should make chili.
Yeah, we've been in our bean era here. We've also been buying. Sarah PC and I put in an order for Rancho Gordo, which it's like an heirloom bean company, and it's like dried beans, and so we put in a giant order together, and I've just been like making a pot of beans, on the weekly, and
Look at that.
just like exploring all these new recipes. I'm also trying to do more fish recipes this year. I feel like I kind of do the same things with fish all the time instead of having like as varied of a repertoire, so I'm trying to build that up this year.
I got some fish recipes for you.
You sent me a really good one.
Which one? Which one was that?
I'm trying to remember.
I've sent you a few. I don't know which one specifically you're talking about.
Okay, that's gone. I can't make it.
Was it a fish one?
I think so.
No, I can't think of a blessed thing today, so you're gonna have to.
You've
throw
sent me a
bone.
lot. You've sent me a lot of really good things. But there
try.
was one that you sent me like in the past 3 months that I made it, and I was like, this is going in the permanent rotation.
I
Was
know
it a
I sent you-
carnitas? Did you send me like a
I
lentil?
sent you the vegan carnitas.
the
that
vegan
wasn't-
carnitas. It was that.
They're so good.
Yeah,
They're
that was
so
That
good.
was redonkulous.
Yeah, they're amazing.
And there was also a vegan bolognese that had like lentils in it. That might have been you too.
That one doesn't
No?
ring a bell.
Okay, I found that
No.
one elsewhere. But yeah, those two like entered the rotation because they're
Did I
so
send you
good.
the sweet potato, lentil, and goat cheese?
No, but that's
casserole?
speaking anything with goat cheese wins.
That's really good. We had leftovers of that in the freezer,
Mmm,
which is really nummy. It's a num num num.
that sounds so good.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I made shrimp and grits the other night for dinner, just super quick, and it was the best shrimp and grits I have ever made in my life. It was so good. So I highly recommend. I can send you that too.
Okay,
Although that doesn't really
perfect
have a
carry
recipe.
feels
It just
really
has
good.
ingredients and you cook them. It's not really a recipe.
All right, Dana, I've played about a half an hour now. I'm gonna find a save point upstairs with my new power, climb up, and then I think we should switch games here.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go sleepy sleep. But I wanna see whatever the heck your game is called first.
Traveler's
Tavern.
Rest.
I'm like
playing a
Tavern
lot of
Master.
it.
I'm like, that's not right. Tavern Master is a completely different game.
Yeah. Good cheese is the goat. I agree. But yeah,
Cheese is the goat.
I will
in
say
multiple ways.
to close off the Stardew cookbook shilling. I've really appreciated that when I flipped through it initially, I was like, oh, a lot of these are kind of basic recipes. Like, I've made crab cakes before, but then when I would open to it, their crab cakes have like a peach salsa that goes alongside. Oh my gosh. That was like one of my meals of the year last year.
This is the
it was
problem. It's
so
like it's just
delicious.
it's not a crab cake. It has to be called
I mean, the crab
something
cake
else.
itself is separate from that. You don't
No,
have
I
to make-
know, but it's just like Maryland people have crab cakes, and you just don't deviate from that ever. You just don't. So it's like I'm totally open to trying all of these other crab delicacies. But if it's like called a crab cake, I expect like a certain flavor profile, you know? So it's just hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that that is a different crab cake that I'm anticipating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when we talk about making cornbread, when we've had our cornbread conversations. It's like there's cornbread and then there's cornbread.
Yeah, whereas you
Yep.
know, with anything like that, like chili or barbecue or cornbread, where there's like a lot of regional variants, I tend to be a pluralist. I'm like, oh, both and please.
But that's the thing. I will eat everything. I'm not that person that will ever be like, oh, I can't eat that. That's not a Maryland crab cake. Of course I'll eat it, and I will eat it, and I will love it. But there's like a mental block in calling it a crab cake or in calling it cornbread. It's just like it's like corn cake.
No, the
Cool. Love it. Great.
No, the chili is like, I've just been riffing on chili for so long. I grew up with like my dad's chili, and it was a very like particular recipe, and then I started like playing with it. And at one point I got the idea in the fall a few years ago, like, oh, what if I added like a can of pumpkin to make it a pumpkin chili? And like that was such a good addition. I do that a lot now. But yeah, I don't really have a recipe for my chili. I kind of make it up every time. But
I have a recipe for my chili, but since we don't eat meat very much at all, and it's a very beefy chili, like I struggle to make it now. And if I make it, it's gonna be for like one special occasion a year, because I will make a big batch of it and it freezes so well.
yeah.
It is amazing. So I call it my Super Bowl chili.
Oh,
Mostly
sure,
because
yeah.
I tend to make it for Super Bowl if
Makes
I'm having
sense.
a Super Bowl party, but it's my once a year chili, and it is a thing of glory. And I wish I could make it for you, Dana. You have to come over. I will make you chili. It's really good.
All right, Dana, I'm gonna flip into your stream here. Hold on.
My chili has no
This is
beans.
Cute.
Beanless chili.
Beanless chili.
Yep. Meat
Get
and
this up for
veg
everybody
and
else.
tomato sauce and lots of secret spices and flavors. And it's awesome.
I'm really excited to do this in Shenanigaming, because one complaint I have about this game, even though I've logged like a lot of hours, this is kind of like a new Stardew. It scratches similar itches.
Okay.
I'm playing a lot of it lately, but it does not have a lot of music. It's not like in beta or anything. It is out, but like you can tell that they're still developing it actively. Like there's stuff getting added.
Yeah.
As I've noticed the community around it. So like there's some nice, fun, bardy, medievalism happening in this game, but like they just need more tracks than they currently have. That's my biggest thing with it. So I'm glad to do it in Shenanigaming, where like we won't get too tired of it. Because this is one that eventually I'll like turn down the audio,
Because it repeats, yeah.
yeah, but so when you start out, you have like an empty tavern. So this was further along, because this is several years in. So like my inn is decorated to all get out, you know. I have a kitty. I'm gonna fill the kitty's bowl here.
This totally
Sound
reads
effect?
like medievalism Stardew Valley to me.
It's medieval Stardew Valley. Yeah. So the big difference here, I'll actually give you a tour before I do chores.
I love the color scheme.
Yeah. So it was just the Christmas thing. I haven't taken Christmas down yet.
It's
like
just
in
very
my house.
warm.
Yeah.
So you decorated everything.
So it's very Christmassy at the moment, but
Yeah.
it's currently spring. So even in the game, I'm late to taking it down.
Oops.
I have chickens. So you can grow your own crops. You can just buy stuff too. Like if you're making enough money in your tavern, you really don't need to do any of the farming. So like the farming is kind of secondary. I only just got.
I like the idea that you can run the tavern. That's not in Stardew, right?
Yeah, so that's the main mechanic, is you're running the tavern. You are... try to milk these guys before they go out. I just got this, like, very recently, where I was kind of not bothering with this mechanic, and then milk was kind of becoming scarce, and I needed it for more recipes.
Yep.
Like, let me just chore up here. So I'm going to send them outside to do some grazing. They have to walk outside for like an hour a day. But yeah. You don't get to name them though. They just have names, and they randomize. So it's like Snowy, Francine, and you can keep rolling until you get the look and the name you want. Milkshake, of course. Mudana, I liked that one. Cozy. Good cows.
That's so cute.
So for a while, I just had this like haphazard, but like you can't move the rocks. So
but you can mine them. But you can't
mine
move
them, and they'll give you resources, of course.
Right.
So yes, I still have like all my Christmassy stuff up. So I'm starting to build like farming down here. I mean, I have. It's looking good. There's my chicken. There's Egbert. Let's go find the other ones. Actually, the chickens I think have better names than everybody else, but they wander quite a bit. Where is any chicken? Here's one.
Can you pick them up and throw them?
That's Cluck Norris. I was happy that was in there because that's the type of thing I would name it in Stardew. Hennifer. No, you can't actually pick them up. You can just get the eggs out.
All right, one day we'll get you to finish Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, right. Alright, so yeah, there's like mining rocks that'll give me resources. Obviously, I can swipe the grass and get fiber. I can chop down trees and get that. There's like a whole like workshop area where I can get like coppered bars out of the ore. So like some similarities here, right? I have bees, so I can get honey. Yeah, to go back into my tavern here. The main thing is obviously you're running the tavern. I don't know if you start with one or two of these, but you can kind of expand out and fill them with different things. And then your menu is here. I have it very full at the moment, so I need to like cool it with the cooking until like some of this stuff gets bought out. But yeah, the focus.
So do customers come in and you have to like overcook style give them what they want?
Yeah, and then you can also hire people like when you have more money, because then you do have to pay those people hourly.
Okay.
You can hire a bartender or waitress, somebody to actually handle the bookings for the inn, like the upstairs. Actually, I should have the upstairs too.
This reminds me of a very old now indie Japanese role-playing game that weirdly is important in RPGs from Japan coming to the US, but is underplayed and understudied in the US community. And it was announced a week ago, it's getting an HD remaster this year, Reciteer and Item Shop's Tale.
You've talked about Reciteer before.
I'm going to insist that we do a week of it when the remake comes out.
Yeah.
That'll be a day one grab for me.
So yeah, I have to clean these rooms up, but I have different like color schemes in them. Oh, they're all very plant heavy. I do that in Stardew too. This person's still here, so I'm not going to force them out. But that's my inn, so I've built some rooms up there where I can have people stay overnight, and you make money for that. Obviously, the tables impact how many people can be in at once. I'm going to open here. I do have full staff at this point, which kind of frees me up to do resource collecting, exploring.
Yeah.
There's definitely things I haven't like unlocked yet that I can tell. So there's my... What are your animations doing, honey? So that's the waitress. There's my bartender. He was the last one that I wanted to hire because I actually liked the serving the customers part. And I could tell him to stop doing that if I wanted to like work a shift.
Oh, hi, Jen.
This is called Traveler's
well.
Rest. Hey!
What's the name of it,
We hope
Dana?
you're well. It's called Traveler's Rest. Yeah, so like you can brew all different types of things. And then you can cook things. So like this is my like kitchen-y area, so I can make cheeses. And you unlock the recipes like through leveling up. You get like a number of tickets that you can kind of like purchase new recipes and add to your repertoire. So yeah, I can do a cheese board, but I can make manchego, blue cheese, Mentel, mozzarella, and brie. I have a pickling station, pickled eggs, pickled fish. This is my wine barrel, so you can do champagne, cider, red, white, rosé, or mead.
I love the horn for the mead. That's excellent.
Yeah, right. Those were like Halloween guys there, so that's why they're like, I don't have the stuff for them. But lager, amber ale, pilsner, strong ale, dark lager, porter, stout, dunkel, vanilla ale, and chocolate lager.
And not one of those will Dana drink, everybody.
No, not at all. But the people in my tavern seem to like them, so I make them. Up here we have a distiller, so I can do vodka, gin, fruit liqueur, brandy, whiskey, and rum. This is like a cocktail table, so at Christmas we could do eggnog with or without alcohol. Flavored beers, mulled wine, and that increases the sale price. Sangria, old fashioned. There's like all the. I really haven't explored the cocktails yet, but
that
a lot
actually
of
surprises
those.
me that you've not explored the cocktail options.
Oh, it's
given
just
your
like,
real life
usually
proclivities.
I'm defaulting to food when I'm buying new recipes, so like it's hard for me to go over to that. This is a grinder, so you can get like your flour, breadcrumbs, stuff like that. This is the malting table, but it also makes raisins. This is where I can do like stuff for the livestock.
Yep.
Press, where I can get oil. I can make vegetable meat out of soybeans, or I can do fruit juice. You could technically run your tavern like vegetarian or non-alcoholic. You can make tea,
Sure.
and just serve that if you wanted. This is kind of the baking station, like ingredients. So I could do like butters and things, spices. And then I have 3 ovens, so I can make all kinds. Here's all my recipes so far, so I have a lot.
This feels a lot more involved than Stardew does on this front.
Yeah, the recipe stuff seems to be, and like the running of the tavern is the focus. The farming is there and works pretty similarly, but it's not the focus. All right, so I'll show you town. See if the... Okay. Someone tell me. What is this a reference to? It's a dog sitting outside a tavern. Anyone? Is Jess still in chat? Jess is gonna know immediately.
I don't grok it from just the idea of the dog outside the tavern.
Oh. We'll wait on chat here. I did confirm there was a developer thread where they did say, oh no, is that what I think it is? Yeah, it's a Futurama reference. The most depressing episode of Futurama that I've never watched a second time. It was so upsetting. Oh well. So yeah. It's Sunday, so everybody's closed, but you can butcher, you can buy home goods.
With that strangely realistic meat out there,
Yeah.
it's really disconcerting.
What?
Like, yes, hi, I would like this haunch.
You can buy intestine too to make like sausage casing. The fish cellar. This is twins, and you can either buy your produce or you can buy the seeds.
Nice.
Excuse me, man. I've got like
The bells
3
in
minutes
this
in me.
section are like a little much.
I feel like there's only like
Good bells though.
one type of
Yeah.
medievalism in the music here,
Yeah.
and I wish it was more varied across tracks. I mean,
It's very hobbity.
it has that like
Traveler's
natural
Rest.
minor mode presentation. It's not wrong, but it's also not the entirety of what you could do.
Yeah. That's what I think they need more tracks in general, because like what's
Yeah.
here I don't mind, but like there's just not enough for sustained gameplay.
Not a
Keep it
game like
interesting.
this. Yeah. Game
'Cause
of
there's-
this nature where you're going to
It's
be
so
in it so
full
much.
otherwise. There's a lot of mushrooms in here.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like the secret woods right there. So, go elsewhere in the world here. It's pretty well developed, but yeah, this is like the farm where until you actually have your own barns and stuff, this guy will build you the barns and coops, and then his wife sells you stuff from their own farm.
It is not the
He's
same
not
developers as Graveyard Keeper, but I totally understand, having just searched it, why you would think so.
Yeah, that's a fun game.
I haven't done anything for this guy's quest yet. He's looking for his father, and he has a pet chicken.
I love the pet chicken.
Nugget. And he sells you random stuff that he finds in the woods. But yeah, I haven't dug into like where's his dad. Presumably there's a way to get to him and reunite. Here's the beach. I do like the track here. Oh, this is a fun thing. You notice I don't have a weapon, right?
Yes.
But like a shovel. How do you think I kill that crab to get the meat?
You chop him with the axe?
You would think that, right? No, you hit him with your broom. Cracks me up every time.
The effect there was weirdly out of artistic, like, integrity with the rest of what I just saw. Like, the smoke was more realistic than cartoony, and the rest of this is very cartoony vibes, right?
Yeah.
And it was just funny to me.
You can slaughter your animals to get meat, and pigs you can't do anything else with. Like, they don't find truffles or anything like they do in Stardew. So you basically have to raise them for meat. And I did one pig, and then like killing it and it squealing, I was like, nope, too close to my food. I'm okay buying it from the butcher, but like, not when I've raised them.
But you don't want to kill a
I'm
pig
not
by
built for
beating
that.
it to death with a broom. You want a humane,
Right.
quick method of doing it, right?
Exactly. That's part of what was troublesome about it. I was like, nope, we're gonna keep animals where I can just like milk them and like not convert them into. But yeah, otherwise I
Convert them
think like
into meat. That's the least
Convert them into
visceral
meat.
way of describing that process ever.
yeah. But yeah, there's like wild turkeys and stuff, and they'll like gobble at you. And then there's further. But yeah, the music is unfortunately like the least developed thing in this. The rest of it I think is very recommendable. It's just that you do get tired of the music. I haven't really done much with whatever these people are involved with yet.
Yeah.
But like, there's some of these things that I definitely see potential for going on. But there's a lot of mining up here. The dude that is connected to those folks down there got himself frozen.
Okay.
So I have to kind of figure out like how he unfreezes.
Junimos.
Yeah. Haven't seen them yet.
It's the only logical solution.
It is nice that it fades out and gives you a break.
Now, is that because we hit 6 o'clock? Yes. Right? Is it evening now?
It's possible. I don't think I've ever paid close enough attention.
I always pay attention to the clock in these games. Ever since Stardew traumatized me with it.
Oh, you were following like a min-maxy. This is where I don't have any tickets right now, but this is where you buy the recipes.
Okay.
So here's all the veggie ones. It's like really extensive.
Yeah.
Meat recipes. So you could just not buy meat recipes if you wanted to run like a vegetarian tavern. It is possible. There's like fish dishes, appetizers. This is all where the cheeses are too. Do more of those. Soups, pasta, and noodles.
Yep.
Desserts. Really haven't tapped too much into those yet. And then the cocktails and liqueurs and things you can brew.
Love on the beach. Very
Yeah,
nice.
love on the beach. Haven't unlocked that yet. Pink Lady. I think that's supposed to be a Cosmopolitan,
Yeah.
maybe. Although Cosmopolitan wouldn't be a vodka, so maybe not. Dry martini.
The Cosmo doesn't have egg in it, does it?
Yeah, no, that must be something else. I assume because it was pink. Maybe it was a Cosmo Mojito. Hunter's Bomb. Beer and herbal liqueur. Is that based on a real thing? Is that like a shot?
I mean, dropping a thing of liquor into a beer is a real thing, but usually it's an Irish car bomb.
Yeah. Oh, Jaeger bomb maybe. Yeah.
Oh, Jaeger would be an herbal liquor. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
do a Jaeger bomb
that's
at work.
probably what that is. Bloody Mary.
Me and
vermouth.
Jaeger have a relationship, and it's confrontational. It is the antagonist to my ongoing life narrative, which is to say, I had too much of it and almost died.
Oh my goodness. Fernet Branca is a good time. Jess and I like to sip on that sometimes. So yeah, I don't know, this must be something, but I'm not allowed to look at him. He's like, nope.
That was a very polite shake of the head.
Nope.
It is.
He won't talk to me though.
It's a nice people game. Alright, I think I have to peace out and hit the sack. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
this is
no
really
worries.
cute.
No worries,
I
Karen.
recommend it.
Fading like a flower. Alright, I will see you all later.
We'll see you
Bye.
next week in person. Ah,
Yeah.
I know, a week from
tomorrow,
Saturday.
The
right?
reunion.
I'll be there Saturday,
Okay,
so I will see you all then.
sounds
Bye,
great.
folks.
Bye-bye.
And then there's like special
Don't want
orders.
that.
Look at that. I already had what I needed for that. Perfect.
Okay, so, dun, dun. I really wanted to do the Reading Rainbow thing and go, dun, dun, if you buy a second one.
Oh, what do you have for me, Jess? Oh, see, look, my tavern, or my inn runner is on a coffee break, so you can talk to them and make them stop their coffee break.
Oh my
Which
gosh.
is so mean, but at the same time, like,
Does it decrease their morale when you do that?
no, not in the slightest. But look, some of my stuff got bought out, that's good. Still have a lot going on here. A lot of things.
This is a happening place. Look at how many people are in there eating.
Yeah, doing good. And so when it's just you, obviously, you only want so many things at once. You do have to turn on the fire at night or they get cranky. I'm gonna stand here and see if somebody gets mad. They can complain. No matter how good your service is or your offerings, they can just be annoying and they get a sad face over their head. And I have a bouncer that will come and give them a talking to. And usually, and I have one that has a bonus on her where she's very good at getting people to calm down. Well, that's fun. That does sound good. But you can have them get so rowdy that you have to whap them with your broom to kick them out. So that was where I first learned the broom is basically the weapon that you have in the game.
Nice.
But yeah, it's you can do a little bit of adventuring and exploring elsewhere, but you don't have a sword or anything, and I don't think you ever get one. So I want somebody to be mad. I mean, it's good that they're not. It's good my place is good, but
I want these
Come on.
self-cleaning brooms, please.
yeah, the enchanted brooms. Although my guests are so messy that I've had to get multiple brooms. I had to save up for those. Because it's a lot. The waitress will clean the tables and clean the messes, but it was just more than they were able to handle, so I had to get these enchanted brooms. Come on, somebody be annoyed. My tavern's just too good.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked I'm not seeing somebody get mad. You can see snippets of their conversations, which is funny. I'm shocked.
I like
but
the
no.
crowd noise, actually.
Yeah, it's really pleasant.
Yeah, sound effects get a pretty high review from me. I wish the music was not quite so repetitive.
It's too repetitive. They need more tracks. I wonder if they just don't have a composer. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I'm wondering if these are almost they just got somebody to do a few tracks for them, or if these are some kind of free, available, catalog-y music that they.
Right, it could
they
be
just,
library music, because you can
Library
purchase
music,
packs
that's
for
what I
that
meant.
type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I wondered if it was library music. and maybe they just don't have a composer, or they just did it as like a one-off with somebody. I can't believe nobody's...
There's a composer, 15 tracks.
Is it 15?
Yep, Pau Damia Riera. Though my Spanish pronunciation is horrible, so I'm sure I butchered that with apologies.
I hope they do more. My guess is it was a one-off for the launch of the game, though, just because as the rest of the content has expanded, there hasn't been new music. At least not.
Yeah.
Not that I've noticed. There's been like slight reworkings of the title theme. Like there was a Christmassy one that had bells.
And I will note that with very limited exception, there's no track over 2 minutes on the 15.
Which adds to the whole
Which adds
the whole
to the
thing.
nature of it feeling loopy, right?
Yeah, it is very loopy.
Most of them are 90 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, the brooms are very Sorcerer's Apprentice, for sure. Wow, nobody's mad. What happens if let me turn off the... You can hear that like, Oh, she turned it right back on.
Yep. This place is
See
frigid.
if I can make somebody mad.
There you go. That
Come on,
lady's
get mad. Yeah, but she's not mad in like the we'll kick you. She's like, stop. It's freezing.
Amazing. Your wait staff is just too good.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, it's really funny because this one will just go over and like put a hand on their shoulder and they'll be like, okay, I'll pipe down. But occasionally somebody will have to get whacked and sent away. But yeah, I'm happy to demo something else as well. But that's pretty much this game. Kitty's cute.
Nice. I can't think of what else I have that would fall under this kind of today's medievalist archetype here. Let me look at my list really fast.
Yeah, same.
I will say over the break, I've been playing a lot lately of Astral Ascent, which is another one of these platformery roguelike situations. Like Dead Cells.
Mm-hmm.
And similarly, from the makers of Dead Cells, Windborne is in early access right now. And I don't want to play it today because I want to force everybody to deal with me for a whole week of it. Because it's multiplayer. And I think doing that multiplayer, maybe with Sarah PC on an off day, she
that
does
would be
those
fun.
games. Would be really fun.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I'm looking through my list here.
The game I should have bought and played last year, I truly intended to. I had forced the whole stream team to be like tolerating 2 weeks of it, and they were like, okay, fine. And then I never bought it because I did not enjoy the demo. Is Visions of Mana was not as compatible with my controller as I wanted it to be, and therefore I did not buy it.
Oh. We could pull up some more RZ and everybody could enjoy the voice acting. That's medievalish.
Actually, do you know what's medieval-ish that everybody's not seen? We'll do 10 minutes of this, then maybe we'll just call it early tonight, Dana. Has everybody seen the early access edition of Path of Exile 2?
Nope. I haven't.
All right, hold on. That's what we're going to do. Give me 1 second, everybody. That's here to here.
Oh, I forgot to show everybody. I drank all of I made decaf coffee so that I could dunk this and soften it, but I made the really cute miniature gingerbread houses again this year.
Nice.
So there's that side, and then it has like really good icing detail, and then like the Christmas trees. Look how cute! Ah! But because, you know, they're meant to be like structural gingerbread, they need to be soaked before you can really eat them. So I will have to do that.
Okay. This is like the most hardcore of all of the Diablo style games out there. to the point where I have criticized it previously, especially the first one, but the second one is not much better, though it is an improvement. In terms of being wildly unfriendly to new people, and also wildly unfriendly to people who don't really think of these games as complex spreadsheets. But it's a significant step up in terms of art from the original, which I'm really enjoying. And the music, as you can hear, feels pretty good as well. Our problem is, this is the skill forest of Path of Exile 2. Which might be described as a large constellation or map, as it were. And I think this design is horrid. How do you figure out what each of these means? I mean, you can read, right? But like,
Yeah,
look
but
at
it's,
how
like,
many choices there are.
Very busy.
And if you experience choice paralysis with each individual skill point you acquire, you will despise this game, because these are only semi-revocable choices.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's showcase some stuff here. Deshar, right? Here. How do I do that? Do I have to go to the spot up here? This acts gimmick, as you can see, I'm on a very large caravan. Here.
Yeah, the skill forest. It's like how I couldn't play FF10 because of the sphere grid. It was like just too much.
Right. By comparison, the sphere grid is an easy linear experience compared to this monstrosity.
I expect burial spires to be so beautiful.
Alright, let's activate this waypoint for me. And we'll get to the Diabloing here.
It reminded me of Assassin's Creed, the music.
I could see that.
Which my main frame of reference is Origins. It's definitely giving me some Assassin's Creed moments.
Alright, that's 5 stacks. We can slam it down. And I really like the combo-focused lightning launch that there's in every archetype of class in the game you can play. And I desperately wish the music were actually more interesting. I'm going to go to this wave of stuff, and I'll bring the sound effects way down so we can hear some. Because the music is not bad, but it doesn't feel like it's the highlight of your experience, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And also in the desert, it's very tropey.
Yeah, this is very Assassin's Creed Origins.
That pitch bend, it's like it's doing the thing from Assassin's Creed Origins, but it doesn't do a lot of the other stuff that Origins do. Like,
no, I think...
You can tell that Shocker knows what she's doing in Origins.
Right. I do have a publication on that at some point. I had to pull it from a volume just because the timing didn't work out. But it's really close. I presented it at GameSoundCon, so it's like, stuff exists.
Okay.
But I will have some thoughts on Origins at some point, in some form.
For now, let's go back to town and visit Act 1 so we can hear another type of track. Get away from the desert area. all of Act 2 feels very samey to me in these desert areas. Let's go to a greener space here.
Fury unleashed!
And unlike Diablo 4, which I feel does a pretty good job of creating some space, everything is always mean. But if you like clicking buttons a lot, and causing flashy effects to happen on the screen, this is the game for you, team. But it's the big action RPG of 2025. It's in early access right now, and you can hear, like, the Diablo guitar coming in, right? But that's one of the things to keep our eyes or ears to the ground on as it expands. There's only 2 acts of 6 planned right now, so maybe when it launches later this year, it'll have more.
Yeah. Interesting. This was a fun little unintentional medieval week.
Yeah.
Enjoyed our combination of elements. Next week we're off, right? We're not planning on...
Yeah,
or
I actually will. Because
you're driving, right?
I'll be already on the road next week.
Okay, so yeah, no stream next week.
That's right. And 2 weeks from now, we'll probably be on, probably still without Julianne.
Yeah.
Who gets a big pass for, getting married.
But we don't know what we're doing yet.
Yeah,
we have a lot of
see
ideas.
for 2 weeks from now.
We also have things that we were like, yeah, we do another week. We do another week of our Zed. We do another week of the Dragon
Quest 3 was on our list, right?
Yeah,
that might be a good
we
one
have
for
things
2
that
weeks
we were
from
like,
now.
oh, we could do a couple weeks. We could do more of, because I know one of the big ones we're gonna do when we have Julianne back in the full complement is we want to do the Sea of Stars DLC.
I think that's going to be a week 1 stream for us, is whenever that launches, and I don't know the date yet. The other one is I've purposely waited for Julianne, not because we need her per se, but because it's not as fun to do cool stuff without her. Is we are going to have a special guest for Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Which I'm extremely excited about. That is going to absolutely rule.
Same.
And then we're going to have... I want more guests, if we can, this year.
We just
and I think we can swing it.
We got to bug our friends.
That's right. Speaking of which, if any of you in the chat want to come on, hang out with us on video and voice, let us know.
Yeah, we always let the guest pick the game.
Yeah, so if you have anything you want to do.
Yeah, anything that you're working on or that you just know well, have a lot to say on. Yeah, we like our friends.
The other game, I know that Sarah PC is playing it and I am playing it, and we're going to get through it with our own families before we want to stream it. But if any of you have not seen the new Indiana Jones game, it is breathtakingly excellent. It's probably too long to do on stream, in the same way that you couldn't do Uncharted on the stream, right? It'd be like a 5-week stream.
Yeah.
But just for a week to show you how good Troy Baker's impersonation of Harrison Ford is would be worth it for a week.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Remarkably excellent.
It'd be a lot of fun. What are some of the other, I was gonna say, what are some of the other big? I'm like looking at our list here.
Other big 2025 releases, or other big games we want to do here.
Just in general. There's definitely some like guests that I'm really trying to go for, to get on with us. But I don't know. I don't have enough brain. I have 98 students.
Right, yeah, I need to get my nonsense ready for this new How to Play Games class I'm putting together.
That's fun.
It is fun.
Have you started yet?
No, I start next week. I'm finalizing the syllabus for that tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I will be doing my 3-hour lecture block, and then I think you and I are hanging out in the evening.
That's right. Tomorrow night we're going to hang out and play games.
We're going to play some 30XX.
Yep.
Instead of always tormenting the stream with it.
That's right. We decided that it turns out we can call each other on not Thursday.
Yeah, we could actually just play that game when both of us are free. Yeah, I started Monday, and I last year I looked it up because I was like, this doesn't feel like it feels early for Ohio State, and they started like a week later last year, so I was like, no wonder it feels so early. I had more time, so if I had just had that week separation where I have 48 of my students start on the Monday and then 50 start a week later, I think I could have handled this week better, but I've just been like so overworked, and that coinciding with we had our meeting tonight for the North American Conference on Video Game Music, like picking the program after us all doing our rankings and stuff, so we had that big meeting, so like getting all those done, and we had a record number of submissions this year. It was almost 80. So it was a lot to read. It was good. It was
very good though. I was very happy with that.
It was a lot. It was just a lot to get through. So we had that, and then the first issue, my first issue of as editor-in-chief of Journal of Sound and Music and Games, had to get to the editor, which thanks to Jen for being a guest editor. We had to kind of bump this one up due to some other things having to move around, and so we had to go to the 3 editors. Like, yours looks like it's in really good shape. How quickly can we make this happen? And they were just like so awesome to get it done with us, and so responsive, and we really appreciate it, but also we really appreciate it. And Kate has an article in it. We really appreciate it because we know it was a quick turnaround, but it was, we're all just trying to get our bearings with the inherited pipeline, and like some things seemed further along, and then they came back as like total revise and resubmits, and like that's fine. It was just like, we're trying to get a lay of the land here. So we have a couple really interesting guest issues in the pipeline. We have a few more that people have talked to us about, but I really want to try to get some other article submissions. So if anybody knows anybody working on stuff, that would be good. We've had a lot of really interesting guest issues lately, but those are of course more solicited and topical. So having a couple regular issues in the near future would be good. So we got to get stuff rolling in the pipeline, but it's gonna be really good. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Last thing, I know what we need to do for a casual week stream as soon as we can is if anybody has not heard, if you Google Ship of Harkinian, the relevant, which is a joke from the CDI Zelda game, the relevant Discord server will come up for you. But there's a full widescreen 4K upscaled 60 frames a second port of Star Fox 64 now. And I think we need to make one Julianne Grasso throw down for us live. That's her game.
Is that super playable on stream? Are there any issues with playing something like that on stream?
I don't think so. I think we could get away with it.
Okay.
I'm not going to be linking the details of how to acquire it in the stream chat.
Sure.
But if anybody has not seen the port, unlike Zelda, where 60 frames a second is really nice, but also the Nintendo 64 Zelda games, though I know Dana does not have a lot of passion about them, frame rate is not the issue holding those things back from excellence. Because the nature of the Zelda game is that you can play it at 20 frames a second. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Like, people are whiny about it. Star Fox, as like a hardcore shooter, feels really good at the higher frame rate.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway.
In any case, I think we're going to let everybody go 15 minutes early. I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of work to do tomorrow that I don't want to do. But you know what? That's life. Welcome to 2025, everybody.
Yeah, I get to start Western music tomorrow. I have my medieval kids first thing, and then I jump to the 20th century right after.
Oh man, nice. Coming at it from both ends.
And every week, at least I start early instead of like having it broken up where I'm like 20th century, medieval music, 20th century, because that would be kind of weird. But I have both my sections of 20th century like back to back, but I have medieval music before that.
Weirdly, next week, next Saturday will be the first time all 4 regular hosts will be in the same room in 5 years.
Oh, wild.
So I'm
We're gonna
extremely
definitely get
excited
pictures.
for that.
Julianne actually said it's on her photographer shot list to get a photo of the 4 of us. That isn't just like one of our camera phones.
Right. That'll be
So,
awesome.
That'll be really
So we'll bring
nice.
back some stories from the wedding as well for everybody. But for now, we'll see you later. Bye.